was to recommend the best antacid for heartburn. We compared Pepto-Bismol and Tums against hydrochloric acid to see which one was better for neutralization.
Antacids that were used to test their effectiveness against heartburn were Tums and Pepto-Bismol. 1 tablet of Tums was put into 10 milliliters of hydrochloric acid, and 10 milliliters of Pepto-Bismol was put into 10 milliliters of hydrochloric acid. They were both given half an hour to neutralize. The results of the neutralization of Tums were that the Tums raised the pH to 5.2 from 3.01, which made it slightly acidic. When the Tums were added to the hydrochloric acid, it began bubbling on the surface and became cloudy. When there's bubbling, it is an indication that a gas was produced. The gas that was produced in this case was carbon dioxide. The pH of the mixture after Pepto-Bismol was added was 4.6.
When you've got nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea. Nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea. Here's Pepto-Bismol. Nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea.
Which means that this mixture is more acidic than the mixture with Tums. When Pepto-Bismol was added, it sank to the bottom of the mixture because it is more dense than the hydrochloric acid. Both mixtures required a shake before neutralizing. In real life, if you were to take Pepto-Bismol or Tums, your natural movement would be more than enough to mix the mixture.
The conclusion.
We found that Tums were
Your favorite food's fighting you? Fight back fast with Tums. Calcium-rich Tums goes to work in seconds. Nothing works faster.
worked better and faster than Pepto-Bismol in terms of doing a better job in neutralizing. Both reactions needed at least an hour to work properly, even though only half an hour was given. Tums, on the other hand, got to a more neutral pH than Pepto-Bismol. Therefore, Tums worked faster and better than Pepto-Bismol.
Calcium carbonate can cause eye irritation, so it is highly encouraged to wear safety goggles with side protectors. Wearing long sleeves and gloves would also be very helpful in preventing contact. In the case your eye comes in contact with a calcium carbonate, rinse out several times. Prepare good ventilation to prevent any excess vapor that might appear. Dispose of calcium carbonate carefully as it is harmful to the environment in high concentrations. Calcium chloride is sometimes used as an ice melt, but it is considered unsafe as it contains too much chlorine. Calcium chlorine is very corrosive and it can be eye irritant. Use the eye wash station if calcium chloride comes to your eye. Calcium chloride can also have defoliating effects on plants and trees if not disposed correctly. Avoid inhalation, eye contact, or skin contact with these chemicals. Pepto-Bismol is made up of magnesium carbonate. There aren't any major safety concerns when used in medicine. An environmental consideration is that it can easily contaminate water and damage ecosystems. It is very toxic to fish and can kill them. Whatever consumes a fish's corpse will poop out the magnesium carbonate, allowing it to seep into the ground and eventually flowing into another water source. There are many safety considerations for hydrochloric acid. This can include irritating skin and eyes if they come in contact with the hydrochloric acid. If inhaled, it can cause burning, pain, and inflammation in the throat and mouth. It can become dangerous if your throat is inflamed because it can block your airway and make it difficult to breathe. It is recommended to wear gloves, long-sleeve shirts, and goggles with side guards when using hydrogen chloride, and to waft to control the amount of HCl that enters your system. Hydrochloric acid can get into the environment via water and can have the same effect as magnesium carbonate. The products of magnesium carbonate and hydrochloric acid are MgCl2, water, and carbon dioxide. MgCl2 can irritate eyes and make them inflamed and burn. If they come in contact with them, use the eye wash station immediately. To prevent contact with eyes, wear appropriate eye protection with side guards. If it comes into contact with skin for an extended period of time, it can cause it to become red and irritated. Use gloves and proper clothing such as long-sleeve shirts to prevent this. If inhaled, it can irritate your upper digestive system and can cause dizziness and fatigue. Be sure to waft to control the amount that gets in your body. No safety considerations for water. Water is good for the environment. No economic considerations. Water is relatively safe material because we need it to survive. No skin, eye, or ingestion risks because of carbon dioxide is a gas. If inhaled in high concentration, there will be some symptoms of dizziness and fatigue. In extremely high concentrations, then it can be toxic. Carbon dioxide is a greenhouse gas and it traps heat, which leads to the melting of ice caps and rising of ocean levels.
Our recommendation.
For people that are facing heartburn, we think it is in the best interest of that person to use Tums instead of Pepto-Bismol to neutralize any extra stomach acids. We find Tums works better since it does a quick job and a better job than Pepto-Bismol. You wouldn't need a prescription as Tums is an OTC drug. Tums is also more practical than the liquid Pepto-Bismol because you can carry it around and have a tablet whenever you're feeling the heartburn. It is important that you use Tums responsibly by not taking more than 10 every 24 hours. An overdose in Tums could lead to your stomach becoming more basic, in which more acid is produced. In summary, we find that Tums is far superior than Pepto-Bismol. So the next time you're feeling heartburn and you have Pepto-Bismol or Tums, just reach out for the Tums and flush that acid reflux away. Thank you for listening.